So driving towards shop now. I'm gonna buy a handsaw because I will show you later. We have placed a main column for the roof, and now we're going to put like the main perimeter for the roof construction first. For that reason, I will definitely going to need some kind of precision like cuts, you know. I have a circular saw, but it doesn't really do that like bigger corners, so I'm gonna take a new one instead and have no problems with that. And first we placed all the big beams from this place over there. My grandpa painting the small boards for the sides and for the roof. Yesterday we did, as I said, the big column right here. We connected, we basically checked that this part of the wall is straight, this one is also straight. Then we connect those two beams into this one column, and this column got like 4 meters and 64 centimeters tall, the main wood part. And now what I'm gonna do is actually I'm going to connect to the corners according by my created blueprint, all the points, the corners to this column, and from there the work is going to be a bit easier. Here we have a small tiny map actually I painted, and basically it shows this is the main column, this one is like the tallest point, and those ones are like a bit down. So as I said, we're gonna connect highest points, the corners here, here, and over here I think I'm gonna do like across like this way. We will see how it will go because I need a flat part, so I will measure where is my flat part and where I can connect this for the smallest part over here. I purchased a handsaw actually because for me it's a bit easier to do it with that, to cut like small corners into the big beams for the roof construction, because it's getting like way easier with that. I have been just in a lunchtime. What I have done, I placed those main holding structures to the furthest corners here and there. That was a tough time. I only did like one till like 10 o'clock and then the second one till like almost for 1 o'clock. It weighs like a lot, and how I did is actually I like one at a time. I get up and then while I'm climbing I bring it like one step at a time, and that was freaking heavy, but I did. That end is actually like screwed in, that end not yet, so I'm gonna deal with that. And then I decided to basically fill this gap and then come around with the blocks, so it's like totally connected like as it should. And then I'm gonna start connecting those brackets for the second floor, for the floors actually. Just fill all this gap and did like all around the like U-turn, and I started to place for the loft. I started to place side beams, and then these cross members I still need 3 of them. I already have cut it like 2 of them, my grandpa's painting. I still need to cut 1 more, and then I'm gonna place it all 3. And later I still didn't have done this corner one, so at the end I definitely gonna do that, fix that to the point. And yeah, I think for today is gonna be it. those beams, as I said, it took actually a pretty long time. So I mean, my solution is basically I just placed like a ladder and I just stacked on one each other at the time. It takes a while actually. I mean, I did it all by myself. I only with my grandpa only drag it inside, and only myself is like going here. Today's conclusion, so basically we placed those two biggest beams for the roof perimeter, which is one of like this one is like 10.5 meters and that one is like 9.6 meters long, so I had to attach two of those into one. And we did a floor for the second floor for the loft, which is now basically pretty much complete. Tomorrow I will place temporarily like used not so great boards. And yeah, so basically that's it, and well, we're gonna see what tomorrow is going to bring us. Now we're gonna go home and yeah, see you in the morning. And yeah, one more thing, I just remember I used to tell you guys what I use for these bottom beams and for all the fence I did. So I use natural crude oil, which is straight from the ground. I don't know how you can get that, let's say in your country, or how local it is. Do you can find it in store or not? I personally buy it straight from a person. He sells it, and yeah, that's how it is. So it's a crude oil, so it will hold for many years. A new day. Wake up this morning like 6 o'clock. I did go to shop. I bought one more canister of the chemical treatment for the wood. And yeah, so today we're going to basically continue our build. I'm going to start double it, the big walls, start making into one piece, because I thought at first I can just start from that, but I decided it's going to be way better if I did all the walls around 360 in double, and everything is connected safely, so nothing moves, nothing wiggles. So we're gonna start with that. So basically that's it for today. I think we're just gonna work. I will update you how is it going in the end of the day, probably, because I have some calls to do. So I don't know, maybe I'm gonna place on camera. My stabilizer just died. I don't know what happened. Maybe I left it on for the entire night or something, so I only can place my phone anywhere, All my attention goes to this main corner, because this is going to be like the main, like the huge column that holds all the corner and all the big sides from the sides that's supporting. I already placed another beam for the main roof construction. I temporarily placed some basically unusable boards, which is basically like with the skins and with the barks, So I started placing double walls over there on that side. Tomorrow my attention is going to be on this side now, where I'm gonna place second beams, and I'm gonna connect this whole rafters. For today I think that's kind of it. We are heading home. It's like 8 o'clock, so see you in the morning. So next morning, heading towards the project. I have a good news and a bad news. So the good news is tomorrow the guy who measures the whole yard is gonna come. He's going to measure that there is no more building left or from the old house. He's gonna change the plan that the field is empty, and that means that it's like has no other building, and then I can call the other measurement guy who will come and measures our actual house that we are building and puts it on the yard scale. So that is good news. The bad news is today is kind of last day when it's not raining so much. It's dripping for like a few drops, but I checked the weather app. It showed like from tomorrow to like 3 or 4 days it's going to rain, and pretty heavily, like full days. So that's a bad news, and on those conditions I'm not going to work, because you know, as you probably been working with wood, you know that when it's wet or when it's raining, the wood is very slippery. So just for my own safety, I'm not gonna do that. Today I need to buy some tarp for the wood, because I mean, if it's going to rain heavily, I need to at least cover it, those woods that we are using. So gonna go and buy some tarp, and yeah, later to the project. Going to as you saw, I just installed a second wall for the inside, for all of this side. I already have done, as I said, this one. So now it's basically left. I will put some boards in the middle, this location, like this way, and probably one more all the way across. And I'm gonna cover it with the top one here. I still have to cut small pieces for the window, and then I have to cut a bit longer one. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna fix all of this wall, so it's gonna be totally ready. And I don't know, maybe for today how I'm gonna manage to do, but I'm probably gonna start building secondary wall for this corner, like this section especially up. And at the end, how much time I will have, I will probably gonna work on this part. And as I said, it's going to rain a bit, so right now the wind is kicking in, and that's how much progress, basically how it looks. And yeah, so I'm gonna go eat, and later I will gonna go to the shop, buy 1 box of screws. I think it's going to be enough for me. So yeah, see you later. So some things happened. I have to go now. I just purchased, as I said, this tarp. I put over all of the lumber so it won't get wet, just in case it will rain like heavily. So later I will have dry lumber that I can use. As you can see, it's raining a lot for like a few days now, And actually in those days I did some other works for the project. I ordered the roof material and the side material, the skirts and everything else, what we actually going to need. And I'm waiting now in the car because it's raining. So as soon my guy is going to arrive with all the material for the sides and the roof. That's really exciting actually. Yesterday I checked the color and everything. It's decent. I think you will like it. As you can see, I'm a bit wet, but we actually have the skirts for the corners, for the roof. Those apples are very good, but I'm gonna take down this tree. I also have received the roof itself, and the walls for the outside is going to be from the same material, all metal or metal sheeting, I don't know how you say it. We have the last order for the wood. I counted, it's way more extra. I'm gonna use it for inside, so that's good. We also have received, as I said, those corners. The color itself, it's very great. It's like dark nardo gray, but it's like matte. As you can see, it has this kind of texture, and it's windy a lot. So I have corners for the edge of the roof to the walls. I also have this one for the top of the roof for the corners. So it's going to be where the roofs are crossing each other, the tough ones. And of course we have the roof itself, which is basically same color. So as you can see, it has the same texture. It feels really nice. The thickness for all this metal sheeting is 0.4 millimeter thick. So that's good, that's decent. The maximum thickness for the sheeting is 0.45 millimeters, but I don't see there is no point of using that. 0.4 works really well. I do not recommend to use less than 4. So let's say there is some like 0.25, which is almost basically as a soda can. You can just like easily bend over and you cannot really step on it and stuff like that. The 0.4 and 0.45, it works very well if you want to climb it, if you want to be sturdy enough, if you want later to mount something on, let's say for like solar panels, you can use that. So yeah, apparently it's not raining at the moment. Of course it's not raining when we done to like drop everything off. The wind is crazy, so I think I will call the day, and hopefully tomorrow, I checked, there's going to be less rain, maybe some wind, but the wind, it doesn't really matter until we are working with the roof itself or with the mesh. I also got the windproof tarp for all the outside walls. I'm still going to be looking for the roof tarp. And yeah, so call it a day. See you next day. Going to the forest now, and we're gonna start looking for some mushrooms because it's a fall season starting. So we're actually going to the swamps. I'm gonna see if there is any mushrooms already start to grow. Hopefully we find some. So we're starting to approach slowly into the swamps. So first is this like all rotten, it's not ground, it's like very soft, like rotten from many years ago, like the trees and everything. So slowly start to look like swamps. Walking across these kinda-ish swamps, Let's find some good old, I don't know how you call it. I call it a bit like slippery shrooms. Just looking for some more, because they usually grow like at least like 1, 2, 3 groups. So there was like 1, 2, 3. Hopefully I'm gonna find some more. So approaching a bit. Look how beautiful it is. Look at this one. Look what we have. Yep, that's a good one, I think. Yep, you can see clearly nobody has eaten it. That's a nice one. I don't know how is it called in English, so I'll probably just write it on a title or somewhere, like caption, you know. This is basically like typical mushrooms that is growing in our kinda dried out swamps. So, and they're pretty good. They're like third grade of the goodness what you can find in the Lithuanian field. So look at this one, so small. Yeah, so cute. It looks like tiny bitty one. Yep, that's good. No holes. This one kind of looks like a leaf, actually. Come on. And there kind of grows like into those kind of, I don't know, kind of bushes or something. Come on. Yep, that's a good one. Find some nice group right here. It's like 4 of them. And basically a few days passed, the rain is gone. All the walls 360, all double and complete, all with the top boards and so on. I'm a bit tired, it's Sunday evening actually. What can I say? Tomorrow I'm gonna start building the actual roof structure. The boards are all painted, small boards are all prepared, drying out a bit. And yeah, yesterday it was a bit sketchy day because it rained like every 10 minutes. So I do like I cut one piece and then I run inside in that garden. We hide. The rain stops, we run. Again I do one and again run back. And yeah, so basically that's kind of it. And what can I say? Tomorrow's going to be way more excited. I'm tired, so I don't have that much of motivation. I was speaking to you, but tomorrow we're gonna start making the actual roof. Start with this section, and then we're gonna work through the corners for those big beams. Basically similar like a spider web, because this roof has more than 4 angles. Which, yeah, basically see you in the morning. I didn't show you yesterday, but here we had some blueberries growing, like 4 bushes total over here. We still have this rose I'm going to remove. I bided 2 more of those and we just like planted in one place. I checked the map, so it's kind of gonna be in a way very good looking. Here we planted actually few of these, I don't know how you call it, but basically like red berries. We're also gonna plant like blue berries, but a bit different, similar as these ones. They are going to like stand up just straight. So as you can see, it's a bit late, but as I said, we just planted those yesterday, and today I was basically a whole day I was building the house. Only like at 5 o'clock I have to go and sign for the project that was like registered of this old building. And now what situation we have is basically I placed the for that door I placed a whole frame, so now it's like let's say it's framed. I worked my way a bit from that corner, as you can see. All the backboards are in place, everything is in place. It's like the corners, it's the way slowest. I also have placed the whole beams for the highest place of the roof in total. So that's like one main beam that's gonna go also in these directions. So, and there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there is a fifth over there by the edge. I also blocked the way from the edge over there. And today's kind of it, so it's really late, like also like 8 o'clock or something. And yeah, so that's pretty much a lot of progress going on slowly, because it's a bit tricky to do like alone, and the roof beams you always have to somehow lift or somehow manage to put them on so they hang, and then you climb from one side to the other side and screw them in. So I mean, that's a lot of work, and basically I am updating you as it is, because I don't have much time right now to film. The mornings are pretty cold. Today was like 2 degrees only. So yeah, I think this episode is quite long. I hope you like it. So don't forget, drop a like if you're new and you like these things that we are doing here. Please subscribe. You also can visit always my Instagram, where I post more updates on the builds, on the cars, and some things I do. So make sure you visit there. And as I said, thank you for watching. See you on the next episode. Bye.